Okay, back in 2015, in Indonesia, in Bali especially, magic mushroom was a thing that they used to sell everywhere. You can find them on the side of the road, on the street and whatnot, right? But then one day the government decided to ban it. I think it's in 2017 or something like that, because there were some incidents where tourists were drinking and taking shroom and being irresponsible and got into trouble, so the government decided to ban it. Okay, and magic mushroom is one of those things actually that has been used for a very long time by many cultures for healing purpose, okay, and improve as well mental health even. Okay, so this is a good thing if you know how to use it correctly. Okay, and also the reason why I tried this room was because I wanted to improve myself, because I was reading a lot of forums about how people's experience with the shroom trip, how it improved their life, improved their mental health, even overcome anxiety and depression. So that was one of the reasons why I tried it. So okay, how did it go? Well, shroom changed a lot of my perspective about my belief system and whatnot. And if you're wondering like why do you have to go through shroom to be able to change your perspective, belief system and whatnot? The main reason is because all this belief system that we have is like a lens, how we see the world, right? We can only see the world from one perspective and we cannot change it. And the shroom allows you to sort of see yourself as a third person, and that way you can see what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and be introspective about yourself. And that's what it gave me. I realized that I had so many beliefs that don't serve me. Like, you know, I was in a bad relationship with my wife for so long and I didn't do anything until I finally took the shroom trip and realized that, you know, life is too short to live a life that don't serve you and to stay in a relationship that don't serve you. So it was a wake-up call, okay? And this is why a lot of people, they call it like being awakened. What is being awakened? Were you asleep before? So basically it's just that when you have a shroom trip, it will allow you to look at your belief system one by one from outside as a third person, and that way you are able to see your life from outside and you are able to change it easier, change your belief system that don't serve you easier. Okay, and belief system is so hard to change because belief system is something that we adopted and we take it for granted forever for the rest of our life. Okay, I'll give you an example. What is belief system? Maybe some of you don't understand. Belief system is just like you believe that cockroaches are disgusting, and you believe that public speaking is scary. This whole thing is programming that was built throughout our life, whether it's from society, from the parents, from everywhere. Okay, because a baby is not scared of cockroaches. They don't know what's the cockroach and butterfly, cockroach and other animal, other insects. They're all the same. Okay. And the same thing with any belief system that we have, whether it's like money is hard to find, whether it's like it's okay to be in a relationship that hurt each other, right? And many other belief systems that we don't consciously aware of them. Okay, when you take this room, you become more conscious and you become aware of this belief that you realize that, hey, they don't serve me and I better do something about it. Okay, and one of the reasons as well why I got into personal development journey, I started gym, I stopped smoking, I stopped a lot of bad habits, was because at that point when I took this room trip, I could see how stupid it was to actually waste my health through smoking and other things. So I promised that day that I will not smoke again and start taking care of my health. And this was hard to see myself because I was damaging my health so much. And also it comes with its own disadvantage, if you think it's a disadvantage, and that is you cannot live the rest of your life the way you always been, like unconsciously. You start realizing that you want to be truthful to yourself because you realize that you live once, life is too short, and you feel as well that you are connected with all the other living things in this world. And I start realizing as well, like we all are connected, which means like there's no such a win-lose. There's only solution is actually win-win, because you know, if we come from the same energy, right, you cannot like hurt other people and expect to be happy. You have to look after everyone's health, win-win. Okay, everyone's benefit. So yeah, that's one of the thing. And also another thing is that when you start taking off your belief system that you built since you were a kid, it's very uncomfortable. Like you believe certain things, for example, about money, and now you have to change that. Hey, there's a different way of thinking, even though it's not familiar, but it's a better way of thinking. And this forces you to actually change your belief system because you know that your old one doesn't serve you. But this creates an internal conflict. Okay? So not only that, like when you play around with your belief system, you got to be careful because certain belief system that we had from our childhood might be beneficial for us. Okay? And we shouldn't just like try to change them overnight, but we should just tweak them. Okay? This is why if you any personal development journey, whether you want to improve your health physically, mentally, and whatnot, it has to come from a place of acceptance. You have to accept that you are like this, and you know that you can improve, all right? And you are grateful about where you are right now, who you are right now, but you want to be better. And it has to come from that place. Because if you come from a place where I came from, is that I'm not supposed to be like this, I'm supposed to be like that, and it creates a lot of internal conflict. Okay, you might have heard as well the carrot and stick approach. You cannot use carrot all the time. That's why I was fat. And you cannot use stick all the time because what happened? You'll be depressed. Okay, it's a balance of like pushing yourself and also like being supportive towards yourself at the same time. Okay, and yeah, that was one of the biggest thing, like changing my belief system about a relationship, about money, about my perspective, about everything. And I felt like I was going crazy because everybody else around me was living the way they do, unconsciously, and they don't care about health, for example. And it created a conflict not only between yourself but also with other people when you start changing your belief system in a way that is too quickly or from a place of resistance. Okay, so my biggest tips for anyone who's tried shroom trip or going to try, first you need to have the intention that this is to improve yourself, and also always come from a place of acceptance. Okay, and also like it doesn't matter, a lot of people who got into personal development journey, whether it's through religious journey, spiritual journey, or physical improvement, mental improvement, they tend to think that they're better than other people, and this can backfire. Okay, so stay humble. You will learn a lot, because from my own experience, when I was on the shroom trip, I feel that one night felt like very long. And I realized that our perception, our mind, can create hell on earth, and it can create heaven on earth. Okay, our mind is so powerful, and we need to master our mind, because if we don't master our mind, we become slave to our mind. Okay, and this is why people are depressed and anxious. And that was one of the reasons. My mind was like this monkey that keeps like poking me with little things that take me to dark places that I didn't want to go. Okay, so yeah, shroom trip was one experience, one hell of experience that has changed my life a lot. But I'm thankful for it, because finally I can live the way I want to live, and I start taking tantra lesson. I got into personal development journey, and as a result, my relationship with my wife improved, my health improved, and my perspective as well has improved. Even though certain belief system I used to have, I want them back. I was very stingy, and then I went to the other side of being too generous. And this is how it works as well. When you're trying to change something quickly, you tend to jump to the other side, the other extreme, and this is not good. Okay. So yeah, I think that's my shroom trip experience. And in Amsterdam, I heard that they do this clinic with the psychology guidance, and I think I would actually recommend that, because you want to make sure you get a good stuff, and you want to make sure you have a guide from someone who's experienced, because shroom trip can be scary for some people, because like I said, perception of time can change a lot. Because I remember there was one night where I felt like the night was not gonna ever end. So it does crazy things, and you need to be prepared. So yeah, that's all for today. I hope it's something useful for you. Thanks for stopping by, and until next time.